A nation of 500,000 people just stopped the European champions from winning a single game. Not lost narrowly, not nearly won. Stopped them completely. 0 goals for 90 minutes. Welcome to the biggest shock of the 2026 World Cup so far. This happened in Atlanta, in Group H, on June 15. Spain, the 2010 world champions and reigning European champions, walked in as one of the favorites to win the entire tournament. Cape Verde walked in as a debutante, a country with a population smaller than most American suburbs, the third smallest nation to ever qualify for a World Cup in the history of the competition. On paper, this was not supposed to be close. On the pitch, it almost wasn't, just not in the direction anyone expected. Spain had 27 shots. 27. Cape Verde had 6. That is the kind of gap that usually ends in a 4 or 5 goal demolition. Instead, the scoreline read 0-0. Spain could not find a single way through, and the reason for that has a name: Vozinha. He is 40 years old. Last season, he was playing in Portugal's second division. On this night, he turned into a wall. 7 saves, several of them at point-blank range. He denied Mikel Oyarzabal. He denied Aymeric Laporte. Ferran Torres somehow hit the crossbar from 6 yards out, the kind of miss that haunts a striker for weeks. Every time Spain pushed forward, Vozinha had an answer. Here is where it gets interesting. Vozinha did not do this alone. Cape Verde's defense, organized and relentless for the full 90 minutes, refused to crack even as Spain kept coming. In the 88th minute, with Oyarzabal clean through and seconds away from breaking Cape Verde's hearts, defender Pico Lopes arrived with a last-ditch block that may be the single biggest moment of their tournament. Lopes, by the way, was born in Ireland. Football's small details are always stranger than people expect. And Cape Verde were not just defending, they nearly won it. Late in the match, Dani Borges rose unmarked at a corner and almost wrote the most dramatic ending in Group H. His header was saved by Unai Simon. In theory, that should not even have been a clean look. In practice, Cape Verde created it anyway. Spain's coach knew the danger was real before kickoff. He had publicly warned that Cape Verde could be one of the surprise teams of this World Cup. Then he watched his own warning come true. With 20 minutes left, he turned to the bench and brought on Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo, and Nico Williams, 3 players capable of unlocking almost any defense in world football. It did not matter. Cape Verde held. There is a bigger story sitting underneath all of this. When FIFA expanded the World Cup from 32 teams to 48, the loudest criticism was simple. More small nations means more blowouts, more dead weight, more group stage matches nobody needs to watch. Cape Verde just spent 90 minutes arguing the opposite. A country with 500,000 people outworked, outlasted, and nearly outfinished a team many had picked to lift the trophy. For Spain, this adds to an uncomfortable pattern. Despite being loaded with talent, they have failed to get past the round of 16 in 3 straight World Cups. One more slow start, against one more team they were supposed to beat easily. For Cape Verde, this is something close to a national holiday. Their coach has a nickname, Bubista, and he is the man who got them here, navigating African qualifying with 7 wins, 2 draws, and a single defeat, skipping the playoffs entirely. A point against a former world champion, on a World Cup debut, against 27 shots faced. That is not a footnote, that is a piece of their country's history now. A team of 500,000 people just denied the European champions a win, in their first ever World Cup match. Let that sink in. If you want more of these breakdowns as this tournament unfolds, you know what to do. Subscribe and stay close. You are welcome.